Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kirby Misperton Village Hall. I'd like to start with a thank you. Thank you first of all for you all coming out tonight, but also to the committee and to Ken for allowing us to use this hall. This is your meeting, and we want to make sure that it does what you want, and it is the opportunity for you to ask your questions to Superintendent Dave Hannon, but also to become informed on the latest plans and policing plans for any activity in and around Kirby Misperton. So the purpose of tonight is to ensure that if you have any issues that are directly related to the policing of any operations for any activity in Kirby Misperton, you get the chance to ask those questions. The suggested agenda is some brief intros, and then Superintendent Hannon will give you an update and a picture from his perspective of how he sees the current situation, and then hopefully there'll be ample opportunity for all of you to ask your questions of Superintendent Hannon of the police activity and the plans. To start off, my name is Tom Knox. My day job is with North Yorkshire County Council. However, my particular role is as a liaison officer and as a facilitator. And what my team and I do is, if there's a major incident of any sort in North Yorkshire, we have worked in dealing with the plans and getting all of the agencies to work together to ensure that any incident has a minimum impact on a community. And that could be anything from flooding to something of a large scale. So on a day-to-day basis, I run a team that facilitates and works with all of the agencies. So although I'm North Yorkshire County Council, I have absolutely nothing to do with any of the planning processes or the members, but I do work for them. I've been asked not to chair, but to facilitate this meeting. And what I like to do is it be the meeting that you want. So you will dictate what goes on. We will go through that process. I'm going to ask Superintendent Hannon to introduce himself and give his background. Then we'll get the update, and then there'll be the questions. Over to you, Superintendent Hannon.
I've not got the voice that Tom has, so if you can't hear me, please pick it up. I'm Dave Hannon. I was born 6 miles of the crossways from West Yorkshire.
You're going to have to speak up a little bit because I'm thinking about I can just hear you.
Okay. I'm Dave Hannon. I'm the head of Specialist Operations in North Yorkshire Police. I am what's called the Silver Commander for the operation. Okay, I was born at Westhill, 6 miles, the crow flies 8,000 crow flies from here. Okay, and I live 20 miles away in a small town. I'm not going to tell you where it is. So I am local in every respect. My family goes to school in North Yorkshire. I went to school in North Yorkshire. I left the school and worked on the farm before joining the police. And every police officer tells you how much service they've got. I've been in the police force longer, over half my life, and I finish in 2 years' time. Okay, so that's myself. My main background within the police has been within specialist operations. But I have worked in the local area of First, Northampton, and York, and all that. Okay, I am not the son of Satan or anything like that. I'm a normal bloke who lives in a normal town, in a normal house, whose son is going to university on Sunday. And I'm going to take him. I like to ride a motorbike. I like to listen to everybody in this room likes to do it. Okay, but I have a job to do. Okay. I have a job to balance the rights of third energy, lawful activity of third energy, okay, with facilitating peaceful protest. And I can do it, okay, and I have to balance that. I have to make sure that the community, Kirby Misperton and the surrounding area, are able to go about their day-to-day business and lifestyles without that being affected in any way. So if the road gets blocked, I'm able to get the doctors, kids to school, the entities, the Tesco, or whatever. It's my job to try and ensure that road opens, and that you can do that. Because in a village like this, you've got 3 roads in, and for you to be put out, really isn't up to you. If you can tell me whether you want to be put out or not, but in my opinion, you should be put out by protest. You should be able to go that way or not. So the situation we are at the moment, obviously, I've met some of you over the years. This has been moving on for, well, I think this has been November 2014, and we obviously now emphasis for our own police reform. I'm still waiting for further details of what their plans are in the next few weeks, next few months. I haven't got those plans, which are there for themselves. They are a private company, they provide the plans, and then they decide to plan the plans. We will basically not get plans, but basically I can assure that I know what's going on, but I haven't got those plans. What I do know is that things are moving to a stage where Kirby Energy are intending to carry out the activity that they plan to do and that plan to achieve in the near future. They are here as well as under that planning application to inform the community that they intend to carry out that work, and I think they have to do 5 or 6 years to sort that out. So, whether that's come out or not, first is that's come out today.
Well, let's just say that any time after the 13th of September, we would say that there has to be a minimum of 7 days notice. It doesn't say it's happening on the 13th. That's how I read it anyway. It says that you start after, any time after the 13th. So we have to give that's why I'm expecting, personally after reading it, I'm expecting another letter with a 7 days idea.
I haven't read that yet, have I?
That would be right.
I questioned that with the planning authority this morning, and they were quite happy that Kirby Energy had given their 7 days notice from starting. So whether it's 7 days or 7 years, North Yorkshire were quite happy with that.
Right.
So there's no date that says we are starting on this.
North Yorkshire, the style of policing in North Yorkshire, I'm sure you're aware, is what we call a safe neighbourhood style of policing. That is, we have safe neighbourhood teams based in Malta, Pickering, Perth, and reducing community that. We obviously have the ability to draw extra resources in other areas of business, but that's how we do it. We will continue to police in a safe neighbourhood style of policing for this operation. This operation has been run since the 6th of November 2014. We've been through the planning process, we've been through other small demonstrations, protecting county police, with no risks like that. Nobody's been arrested. Okay? That is the style of policing. That's not to say.
Just a couple of seats at the front if you wish to take them. Just one at either end. Timely reminder, if you have got phones, if we could put them onto silent, that would be great. Just a seat here, sir. One.
Hearing you, could you speak slowly and clearly and loudly?
I'm not going to stand up. I'm nearly stood up as it is. I'm not going to stand up. I'm not going to stand up there. Right, I'll try and speak a bit louder. Can you hear me now?
A couple of seats here as well. Great, okay.
So we adopt a safer neighbourhood style of policing. Having North Yorkshire for a number of years now, we will continue to do that. We will continue during this next 3-month phase, or however long it lasts, to continue with the safer neighbourhood style of policing. What I will have to, because additional resources being available, resources have been allocated and will be provided to me as and when I need them, but on a daily basis. And you need to know this. On a daily basis, North Yorkshire Police has 1,400 there or thereabouts relative police officers. Give or take, as most firms do, retirements, people building and then recruiting and training up those officers. Out of that, we have about 900 police constables. We will, and we have allocated, we have allocated for that 3-month period, Monday to Friday, a significant number of those officers. Okay? That doesn't come cheaply. And that affects our ability to deliver business as usual across North Yorkshire. Because it's not just about Malton and North Yorkshire, it's about North Yorkshire, our North Yorkshire state. However, we are making every effort to ensure that the abstraction of those officers does not affect our ability to deal with what we call emergency calls and service to the members of the public across the North Yorkshire area. At any one time, you will see in this area, if things don't escalate, up to 50 officers on a daily basis. That's Monday to Friday. 50. But we will not be putting those 50 officers into the discipline like that have to. Okay? We will put it with what we call PLTs, process liaison, process liaison officers, and the local beat officers and PCSOs. They're the people who will say, unless I have to put those officers in, there will be an active sanction. But I will put them in if I need to put them in. And deal with things accordingly. I will base myself on our force control room, and that is where I command the operation from. We have a bronze commander who is a very experienced officer who will be on the ground here to coordinate the police activity. That police activity isn't solely police activity. We work with partners, okay, the highways agency may play a big part in this, the district council may play a big part in this, to ensure that the roads are kept free, there's access to vulnerable people in the village, and that you can go about your business and your daily lives in a normal manner. I don't say that flippantly because Third Energy is disrupting your day, allows your wagons coming through. Okay? That is disrupting your business. I believe there are anywhere in the region of 3 months, 600, 650 wagon movements expected. 300 out. It's a lot of wagons going through. But bearing in mind that you have 10,000 people attending cars coming to the land, obviously not every day. Sorry? That's above that, yes. It's above.
And it's going along this way, not turning.
That's right, yes. So it's come through the village. We know the routes that have been planned and
Excuse me, is that routes that have been planned or routes?
the routes that have been planned.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said plural.
There's one route that's been planned. So that's the position we find ourselves in at the moment. It will attract national attention, international attention. But my main priority is for the safety of this community, the safety of people in this community, and those visiting this community, protesters and police officers, ensuring that the community is free from disorder and social behaviour and continues to grow. I can't introduce any more than that. I'm waiting for Third Energy to come to the plan to me as to what that looks like. In regards to, am I in Third Energy's pocket? I have met, and I've been very careful with this, okay? I have met with Third Energy 3 times. It was stupid of me not to understand what their plans are. I've met with people within this room as many times as that, if not more. Okay? So my attention has been spread evenly amongst everybody. Okay? This will be the last meeting that I hold in here, which will be done by the local commander. I will then, in the week, so it's your chance now to ask me some questions on the policing style, what your expectations are for the community, and I'll go into detail if you want as to what I will allow and won't allow within reason. Okay? As you well know, you're right exactly what you have to adhere to, but there's a balance that has to be met around peaceful protest, lawful activity, instruction to the community, the ability for ambulances, police vehicles, fire engines, the people to come into the village to look after the military, whatever may happen.
Okay, if we now open it up to questions, again, if you could put your hand up, that would help me. It's up to yourself whether you want to stand up, but again, if you could speak, give your name, and then if you could just give me a question. If I can start with this lady in the middle.
I'm just wanting to clarify, if you can, I'm not saying to do this question, what you mentioned peaceful process. What you clarify as peaceful, and at what stage do you step in when you say it's no longer peaceful and you have to intervene? And I know that's something that's fine.
Well, thank you, Heidi.
We operate, if we're doing our protest, no surprises approach. What is peaceful protest? Peaceful protest to me, if you block a road, okay, if you decide to slow walk, that's what you're going to get onto a slow walk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm going to tell you now, I will allow slow walking. Okay, I'm going to allow slow walking in front of wagons once in the morning and once in the afternoon. One slow walk in the morning, one slow walk in the afternoon. Okay? That slow walk, I will allow to take place for 20 minutes. Morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, what's been done then, and speaking to somebody who council requires emergency services on a regular basis, what happens in that period is out, and I need an ambulance in my house.
Within the rationale of that,
Right.
and so when protest happens, if it happens, PLOs will engage, people will engage with you to say, this is the area, so what will take place. It will be over 20 minutes. You will allow emergency vehicles or other vehicles to go through, stop, to allow them to go through. At that time, the road will not be completely blocked. Okay, we have an agreement through the LRF, with North Yorkshire County Council Driving District Council. I know where the fences are. We'll get a phone call to say we are going to that premises. Okay? That car will then present itself and we will allow it to go. If it isn't, fantastic.
I think it's a two-way process as well, and if that information is available, not just to the police but to multi-agencies, the agencies would look at doing everything in their power to support.
I'm already doing that
Yeah.
on doing access to the agencies, multi-agencies that access to my house, they're already being made aware that this is, what's going to be occurring next few months. And what do you class as a part of the PM? Because we have had a walk through at 9:30 at night, which I don't class as.
I'll come on to that then. The walks will take place in two areas. Okay? They will take place past the boundary sign, the village boundary sign, of that end of the village, towards Cayman, or they will take place after the Humpback Bridge, village boundary sign, on the main road into 169. They will not take place in the village. Okay? After what happened in the complaints we got from villagers around the slow walk and lorries that occurred before. Okay? It won't take place in there. There's not enough room for these to take place. This will inconvenience people.
Just slow walking in the morning, are people who are going to work in the morning going to be informed of it so they can have alternatives to get to work?
Right. And I think it would be for the people who wish to carry out the slow walk to inform us that they wish to do it. Okay? We will then facilitate that. It will be after 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay?
Is there any other questions with regards to slow walking? specifically the slow walk.
Do you have any agreement from the protest group to this 20-minute slow walking in the morning and the evening?
You know that as well as I do, is that we'll negotiate with you the time and negotiate.
So it's a unilateral decision at the moment, yes?
Sorry?
It's a unilateral decision on your part.
It is, but if you engage with us every day, you or not is your choice.
Anything else on slow walking? I know this gentleman's got another question.
What if this happens to the village and you can't on the wagon in the village, like down at the roundabout?
So if you stop a wagon in the village,
If it's walk out from the
then that's you've got stuck in the highway, trade, and therefore you don't live in a
Sir?
Yeah, I was told last week by Third Energy, sorry, Peter Winter, I was told last week by Third Energy there was already a transport plan in place, and they would email me the details, but now it seems that wasn't true.
I think they have.
Unless I misunderstand what they meant.
Right. I'll go back to my previous reply that I have met Third Energy. The last time I met Third Energy was last Monday. One of 3 meetings that I've had. They told me that they have a transport plan as to what's required. The timings of those vehicles, they can't tell me now.
That's right, Kevin. So according to the planning website, that can not be included. I don't know that. I'm just sure.
Sir?
Mike Potter. Yeah, I also asked the planning authority that question this morning as to whether that traffic management plan had been approved as one of the planning conditions. I've not had a reply to that yet. But the fact that I also pointed out that it wasn't on the planning portal to say that it had been approved. So that one's up in the air.
Eddie Thornton, what intelligence gathering role will your PLOs be playing in their work?
PLOs,
Police liaison officers, just terminology.
FIT.
the PLOs, as you well know, work for the Civil Commander to negotiate with protesters, peaceful protests, and they will be my ICOs obviously, and negotiate with the line with protesters. There's other community as we call it,
So are they not collecting information?
the police officer, their role is to collect information.
Okay, thank you.
But they will deal with this problem. They're also there to negotiate with themselves to ensure that peaceful protests can take place and take the balance into account.
Reverend Jackie Craig, we do notice that 3 cameras have been put up, and on closer observation it seems to be that the origin is the police. Is that correct, from Kirby Misperton Lane? I wonder how you plan to use those cameras. How are they going to be monitored? And are villagers going to be monitored? Is it only going to be slow walking? How are you going to use those cameras?
Okay, those cameras are CCTV cameras. We put in 5. We put in 5. Okay. So this is part of this briefing. Okay, 5 have gone up. The negotiations taking place with either the district council and the has to do them, and the rationale around why those cameras are gone. Those cameras we are able to pixelate, and I'm quite happy to show people what they look like all over private properties and other areas that could be used. Those cameras enable us to use better access. So those cameras allow us to obviously detect any disorder, any offences that may or may not occur. It also gives us the ability to monitor the road and what's happening on the roads. It also is protection from yourselves and it's protection from my officers, okay, around what is happening in and around that area. I've decided where those cameras will go because they are at strategically important locations where I believe protests may occur. Once 3 months ago, those cameras were done. It's to help with the system, to prevent stuff, prevent disorder, but also to get everything out.
A rider question, if I may. Will it also monitor anything that the lorries do
Yes.
that
Monitor it
could
themselves.
endanger life through their
Yes.
driving?
Yes.
Thank you.
To monitor it.
So, Frank, so will we be able to have access to that? Will you be enforcing equally any vehicle movement by traffic inspectors?
If there are some, if the wagon...
I just want everybody to be fair, to be handled
Yes,
fair.
absolutely. And if there will be, but if traffic offences are committed, then we will potentially be able to. We will not turn a blind eye because they're involved in traffic. It will be good.
Okay.
Follow up, thanks. How would we act then? Because if we got concerned there's been a traffic incident, would we come to you or?
I think they're not. They are. The evidence that is available from is.
There are signs of the way the cameras are located. There's an email address on there, there's an email. We're going to do that and put it. The cameras will be recording all the time, hopefully. We'll be recording certain times. So if there is an email address on the side of the cameras,
You've got no person we can speak to liaise on that?
I don't have the resources. I think I have to speak to on an ad hoc basis. There's a telephone number. It will be as we level CCTV. People issue requests.
Like, just to back up, just to ensure that data protection and we have access, that's all.
We will only be retaining, so we cannot just set CCTV capture. We have laws to abide by, surveillance laws to abide by, surveillance country inspectors are. We can't do it really. The recording loop is at a certain time when we can say what that recording loop time is. Anything that we don't want or that you don't make a complaint about, it will go
Within 7 days?
less than 7 days. Sorry?
Just so we know to act.
I can't tell you how long it is because that may frustrate you. But we have.
How would we know to access the information within a certain
When
window?
we have to record at the time, then we will have a period.
Frank, have you got anything to say on the CCTV cameras clarification?
There's an email address on there. If you email about any queries related to this, it will be answered around. We have been negotiating with our legal department and the RTO around the cameras. For anything like the Superintendent says, any footage that's not required, it's not evidential or isn't it, will be any complaint, will be disposed of after a certain time limit. The cameras are now in a minute, on the email address, if you inquire about that, you'll get an answer from that.
So the understanding is that the protocols would be for those cameras would be similar for any other CCTV cameras set up by the police wherever. They have to adhere to certain protocols. Okay, anything else on CCTV before we move on? Got another question?
My original question, sorry.
One second, was it just because you've asked the last one? Is there anyone else who's got a burning question for now?
Can you provide any, sorry, my name is Sue, and can you provide any information on the extent to which you expect Third Energy to contribute to or receive briefings about police operational decision making? Yes, I mean, are you going to work with Third Energy about, and are you going to include them in any briefings to do with your operational decision making?
We will have daily contact with Kirby because I need to know when the wagons are moving. But other than that, we will provide no briefings, there's no exchange of information, there's no intelligence sharing, protocol set up. They just let me know when the wagons are coming.
Thank you.
Sorry.
One second. Is it directly related to this question? Quickly, and then we'll go to this gentleman in the back.
And part of that process was, making sure we did a disservice in many people's eyes by scoring Quadrilla to use the traffic at 4 o'clock in the morning. And was regarded as, and we did probably a statement here, you know, it was regarded as being a partnership between the two, and that didn't do these things working. We might have said. So I don't get to, you know, we would be uncomfortable with that type of similar
Bishop Graham Craig at Local Village. Can I ask about what role is permitted to any private security hired by Third Energy, particularly having had them on the entrance into this car park, preventing some of us going in when we might have done at the recent meeting?
Third Energy have responsibility for the private land that they
rent.
Rent quite all the time. They have no jurisdiction whatsoever on the public works side. We have a protocol set up with them to around police officers entering their country and to the one unit in circumstances. So like on their So what I'm saying to you is we are not policing K&A from the inside out. Okay, they do their own security.
Yes, thank you. Sarah Hilton, I am concerned about the use of possible alternative routes to the site, predominantly through Rugby, Great Hampton, Great Bar, which is where I live. I want reassurance that Third Energy will send their HGVs down the one designated route. And also, can I just add to that, that in the Rugby recently, a camera's gone up, a small black camera, and I would. So if you were going, if you were coming from Moulton, you'd turn off from Rugby and come through to Great Hampton. It's not one of yours. How would we find out then whose it is? Because it's a small black camera, and I must admit, over the last few months, I feel personally that we're being watched. Yeah. And it's really unsettling.
You may get a quick answer from North Yorkshire Capital Highway, who may well monitor. Sir?
Okay. On this point, I would like us to be very clear here. There is a second route. I have heard it from Third Energy, and I've been in discussions with the council, and the council's in discussions with the people. Maybe you weren't aware of it, but a second route has been designated. It's not on the plan, and I'm finding it difficult that they're not willing to talk about the Great Hampton route, even though Third Energy Security are willing to talk about it. The reason being, the point being, is it's a discretionary route at the police's discretion. So my question is, what is your criteria for using the Great Hampton route?
I'll decide.
Okay.
The primary route is from 169 through the village and to K&A. I have, as a commander, police commander, the ability to, within that transport plan, change the route if I deem it necessary. I haven't decided until I see what is necessary. If there is a serious RTC on this route coming in here, lawful activity still has to take place. It may be that I decide that alternative route will be used. I can say hand on heart, I have not made any decision around that second route. I will make a decision at the time if I deem it necessary. Primarily, it will be used.
But there is a secondary route.
There is a secondary route, yes.
Okay, and with respect, this is back to, sorry, Mr. Name, without at the moment an impact assessment and consideration of people living along that route. Your criteria, you say, are road traffic accidents. There's no protester-led incident that would make you use the second route.
I'm not going to.
These are important criteria to understand. If the second route maybe needs be, it's important to understand the impact of the people along the route.
I reserve the right because it's written into the traffic management plan to use that secondary route appropriately.
So, is the general understanding, for this gentleman, is that with it's a contingency and obviously if it's contingency depending on circumstances. That,
There is a problem that the secondary route isn't written into the traffic management plan, not that anybody here is saying.
And with respect to it, you're not a traffic management specialist.
I'm not, no.
Which is why we would like a traffic management specialist to make you consider the second route, not just your discretionary opinion.
That is not a police matter.
Yeah.
That is a council matter.
Oh, thank you.
When matter, if you wish to go back to the council to do it, I can't. All I know is that we have read the traffic management plan, that I can adopt the secondary route if I deem it necessary.
Of course.
so maybe the suggestion is that does need clarification. People want reassurance, but probably the best avenue for that is in the first instance, is to approach the county council.
I'm in discussion, but I need the clarity just to come out today.
I think it's fair to say from a police perspective that is a contingency which you would have. You would never have, one route because there's so many different variables, but it wouldn't be a routine route. I think that's fair.
I'm quite happy to say, in this meeting, that every plan I put together is around the primary route. I have made no plans around the secondary route.
Okay, can we move on?
One question on CCTV.
CCTV, we're coming back, okay.
Okay, Dr. Pearce, given that you're going to be taking images of people going through the villages, we've got a legal right under the subject data access request to access those images to see what exactly you're recording of us. Are you going to charge for those subject data access requests? But we can make them, yeah.
You can make the application, but it's not for me to decide whether you charge reference to how far it's down.
Okay.
Okay, obviously there's a lot of prominent people from this side. Can we open it up? So you've asked the question. Is there anyone at the back from the red?
3 minutes. 3 minutes in the village. 13 mile an hour, about 100 yards away from the roundabout, from starting past. Now. As far as I'm aware, the agreement by the council is there will be a 30 mile an hour enforceable speed limit if the down the Elizabeth Hudson Road, going out towards KMS, past it, up on the bridge. So you went out the village this way, it will remain 30, and it will go about 100 yards past the actual turn off to KMS, and it'll be 30 down there. But other than that, there's no comment on the rail.
Any other questions?
Just one quick question to David Baker. Weekends, are they just going to be working during the week, or are they going to be weekends? Obviously the schools are on back, but if it's a nice weekend between now and the end of October, the Bingo Land is going to get very busy with traffic going in and out. During the week it's obviously bad, obviously, but if it's going to be weekend for the energies, but why are you not aware yet? Again, I'm not aware. The conversation I'm quite happy to be open and honest about the conversation I've had. What we as police force would like to happen is it's Monday to Friday, because weekends are obviously time. Okay, I cannot be obstructing more officers on a weekend because we are looking to do on a weekend. We have asked Third Energy, the Planning Commission allows them to operate 7 days a week. Okay, we have almost pleaded with them, okay, to not operate on a weekend. I just do not have the resources to do it. Please friends that we might be more hiring whatever else is our material time. Right? Somebody else will be coming here, we'll be doing that for a week. They can if they want, but what I would say to them is you may not get a police response to do that. They have listened to us. They're taking notes of that is we will not be fair unless I get some significant advancement.
Can I just supplementary to weekends? I mean, if it's the notice we got today, if it literally started Thursday next week, that the 8 weeks includes half term. Half term is full pelt Flamingo Land. They normally run through to the end of that and then close down and just have the zoo. So there's clearly a congestion and traffic flow problem, irrespective of protest, if they insist on doing that.
Absolutely. As you will know, is that within my plan, the Euro line features heavily on the number of people going on the minute accounts. What happened, you know, if we load these blocks down Holland with 10,000 people who go there, that is a significant number of cars. We cannot have cars back in from 169 because that is extremely dangerous. Okay? Kids and whatever.
We do get near to it in some August days.
One of the things you said was about protecting life. I have a very real concern about our children, because our children meet at the bus stop for their school buses and the bus that goes into Pickering. But there are no railings, nothing there that they can stand behind when these heavy vehicles come through. Third Energy has said in the traffic plan they will allow 30 minutes for that to happen. I don't think they realise that children don't always run to time, neither do buses run to time. I don't know where we take that, whether that's to you, taking it back to the county council or to the police, but 30 minutes is totally inadequate to allow our children a protected time when they can actually get on their buses
I think
to school.
I don't agree. I think it's a challenge. It's not the police, it's the planning department around that country. What I've said to Third Energy is that I cannot, I've asked them that those movements are after 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay? That's what I've asked them. I cannot enforce that because they're allowed to move those movements from 7 o'clock in the morning. I've asked them to leave it after 9 o'clock.
If I can get your details at the end, I will make representations, and it won't be me obviously, but I'll make sure that the question is answered. One of the highways department, but two also the children and young people service, and they should be able to put in the right direction. Okay. Sir? Sorry, just the gentleman behind you.
Just following on from that one, Kirby Misperton is served by bus service, serves the residents of Pickering and North Yorkshire. The extra vehicles going down that road will start affecting the bus service. When we raised this to Third Energy the other week, they did not even acknowledge that there was a bus service or where the bus stop was in Kirby Misperton.
I think we're going back to, obviously, this has been rumbling on now, planning applications, transport and whatever for 3 years. It's like everything, goalposts change, and different things change. It would appear to me that potentially every considerations are coming out now, and I'm not involved in the planning, that hadn't been thought about 3 years ago when the application went in the town and whatever else. That's life, unfortunately. It's for you as a community to write to the council or to challenge those to the council now, because things will come up over the next 3 months that nobody ever thought about.
It's a very valid point, but I think the first port of call again would be the local authority. So again, if I take your details, I'll get someone to contact you with a possible answer. Sir.
Following on from that point about liaising with local authority, it sometimes delays discussion, so we wanted to bring things up now. We talked about the protesters and the possible inconvenience we could bring, and we're on it, ready for it, but we're all concerned that the high volume of traffic, the bus route from England, is going to need some active management, and you seem to be very hands-off on the, you can't affect the lorry's movement, just simply 2 lorries are trying to go in opposite directions through the village. Do you have powers to resolve that situation? That blockade, there are going to be more blockades than just protesters. We're going to have to handle huge amounts of traffic at certain times.
Absolutely.
Issues with schools and buses. So have you got the powers to do that?
Well, the police have powers with regards to roads, but the highways department have as well. So
they're not on the ground. Sorry to interrupt. They're not on the ground. You are.
The highways department will do everything. So within the LRF, exhibits for highways part within that. You have TCG meetings, coordination meetings, where all partner agencies come together to discuss this and we work out how best to manage traffic, health, ambulance services, fire services, and those discussions are taking place over a number of years. We've held tabletop exercises and scenarios, try and work out every possible contingency. So those conversations are happening.
But we're not privy to it, so it's difficult to see what you can see. But thank you for your comment.
Just a quick point there, from a local resilience forum, which is all of the multi-agencies who regularly get together to look at any risk for North Yorkshire or any impact on the community. And it's probably disingenuous to think that this is in isolation. This meeting is about policing and the policing plans, but a lot of work is ongoing and it's a dynamic situation. So you do have a number of players who are willing to support the police depending on the scenarios. And we cannot preempt everything that's going to happen, but a lot of thought has gone in. So if we think of the highway, certainly the council are working closely with what are the possible options of mitigating any disruption, what needs to be done. But that isn't set in stone because it's going to be a dynamic process. But that is ongoing. Do you have a point?
No.
The public footpath leading to the well site, you made the application to close it on health and safety grounds. I read the paperwork and it said you didn't want protesters and HGVs using the same road. So now that protest